Hi guys, and welcome to our new career mode. We're going to take off Bolton Wanderers. We're going to be Owen Coyle, who's going to be returning. The first thing we got on the career mode was some messages from Toll and from Broom. Broom wasn't very happy about being sold, said he wanted to stay. But we're looking at options. He's not the best keeper. Toll was just welcoming us to the club. And we advanced. This is day one, so we went through. We had some people already up for loan and for sale. Temple was one of them. So we had a loan offer straight away for Temple. But before we look at that, we're going to look at the team. So we've got Blackett, Taylor, Force and Burstow with Apter on the wing. At the back we've got Christie, with Toll, we've got Farino, and then we've got Conway, left back. Bowen in goal with Erehon and Simmons. On the bench, Harrington, Johnston, Dempsey, Rodriguez, Sheehan, Kenny and McAtee. And we've got the rest in the reserves. It's not the biggest squad. It's a squad we're going to be looking to add to as time goes on. So let's have a quick look over the team. As you can see, Broom there. We're swapping out Taylor on the bench. Take Johnson out. We've got Broom, we've got Temple, and we've got Sharples, Ahmed, and they're the three who we're looking at moving on. Two on loan with Sharples, Ahmed, and Temple and Broom going out on transfer. We did have a look through some players prior to starting the record of the episode, and we got ourselves some options. So we got Okonkwo from Wrexham as a keeper. We got Pears from Blackburn as a keeper choice. Sims from Coventry, and then we got some free transfers here that we saw that looked decent. So we'll have a look over them and see if it's worth maybe signing any of these. So we'll have a look at who we've got here. We've got some wingers, a striker, a couple of strikers, right back, and we're going to try and strengthen up the goalkeeper if we can. So we'll look to negotiate. Well, I think we're going to delegate actually to Temple because it's a loan to buy offer. So we'll delegate to loan him out for a year. See if he can come back with some more experience. Hopefully by then we'll have gone up and we'll be in the Championship, and we'll see how he comes back. So we'll look at Okonkwo, see his value is 1.8 million. Pears is also a keeper, 1.1. Obviously Pears is a lot older. Okonkwo is a lot younger. Unfortunately though, none of the top three were available to buy, as they didn't want to relocate. So they didn't want to come to Bolton. They are all playing the Championship, so they're at a higher level. But we did try, so we'll see in a minute that they're all unwilling to relocate. So we've had to turn our attentions really to the free transfer market and see if it was worth getting any of those boys in. So we'll have a look. There's some youngsters in there. One very good youngster that we went for the beginning. I mean, we're looking at the valuations here. Look, free transfer, but it's worth 3.1 million. He's not the best overall rated at 19. When you've got an 18-year-old there who's 68 rated. We did go with him first, and I'll be honest, when we went for him, we did. I didn't really look at his overall rating of 68, which maybe was the mistake that we made. As well, you'll see the deal. So we entered the negotiations with him. Owen Coyle in his suit, looking dapper there. Sits him down. We'll try and talk over. So recommended wage is £2,100 a week is what they're offering. So we went for the prospect, and then they went no, they want to be important. So we already got that wrong. So we counted it. We thought we'll go for a rotation and being 18 again. I didn't really look at the overall. This is where I went a bit wrong on this bit. And they wanted important, so we went right. Well, we'll stick with the important. To be fair, he would have come straight into the team. anyway with that overall and being 18 years old. So we went for the 4 years on the contract. And they're happy with that. We didn't want the release clause, obviously didn't want to lose him. He's going to get a higher overall rating. His price is going to go up, and eventually, if you put a release clause in there for 4 years, he'll be going for the steal eventually. So we thought we'd go with the 2,000 as I recommended with 2.1. We didn't offer him a signing bonus or anything, so we've submitted the offer. And unfortunately, they weren't happy with it. They said it was an insult and they stormed out. So it didn't go very well, that. So then we went for had a look, and then you can then see that they've also got ongoing talks with another club. So I think we've sort of missed our chance with that in signing him in. But we follow the guidance, but negotiations are strict, so people will just walk out. So that's something we'll have to learn as we go through it, to bring in the players in. So 58 rated, 19 years old, he's only worth less than $500,000. So we didn't feel like he was the best person to be bringing in the club, so we didn't go for him. We had a look, we saw the 70 rated right winger, he's 22. He looks alright, to be fair. So I think we try and go for him now. We click onto him, and yep, we approach to sign him. So we went to the negotiations with him, and this was £4,400 a week, but we'd obviously made the mistake the previous time, so he wanted crucial. We just gave him crucial. You know, he's 70 rated, he's going to be a crucial player. I get him in for 4 years, he comes in, he's looking happy with that. He doesn't want the release clause himself, so we'll accept that and we'll move on. He wanted £5,700 a week, 51,000 sign-on fee, £27,500 appearance fee after 5 games. So we didn't even try and counter it, we just accepted it straight away. We thought we'd bring our first signing in, so we'll see how he does. But already he's a strong option for the wing, a stronger option than what we've had. Obviously it's an A rating overall, but that's because he's a free transfer and he's not worth anything. We've not paid any transfer money for him, so it doesn't matter really. It was always going to be an A. So then we had a look at other positions we needed. So you look at this lad, 61 rated, Al-Rari. He's a striker. He's young. These people at the beginning did have potential, good potential, so we thought we'd take a punt on them. You know, if not, we can always sell them on, and whatever we get for them will be profit. So we went for a sporadic 4 years. Didn't want the release clause. They wanted £1,700 a week and £15,000 signed non-bonus. Seems fair, so we just accepted it straight away. And here he is coming into the club now, second signing in the window under Owen Coyle. So gets himself a nice handshake. Everyone comes in, meets him. Here comes the manager, shakes his hand. He's happy to see him. He's always busy on his phone. So passes his medical here on his bike, and number 17 shirt is what it looks like he'll be having. And then manager's not too busy for a false opportunity with his new player. And in he comes. Nothing again spent in the transfer, just the wages, and again it's an A rating. So we move on from that. Our second signing through the door, both on 4-year contracts. Hopefully they'll grow and do well. Hopefully they'll be able to play a vital part this season in getting us from the League One to the Championship. So again, the top 3 aren't willing to relocate. So we took out Sims, we just bought a striker. You look at him, he's 24, he's 67 rated, he's probably a better option, but he's not. He's older, so we got rid of him. And then we had a look at who else we could bring in. So then we had a look at this 23-year-old who's 69 rated, and we brought him in. So we moved through. He wants a crucial role, so I know he's better than any of the midfielders we've got at the moment, overall rated. and the ones that are higher rated, some of them are older and they're coming to the end of their career. So we entered into contract negotiations. Again, it offered 3,500 what I recommended, so we went for the 4,200. We put a bit more money on it, £700 a week more, and when we did decide we were going to go this time with a signing bonus, and the signing bonus we said we'd go for was 30,000, and then we submitted the offer. He didn't want the offer, he wanted £37,500 signing on bonus and £15,500 of appearances after 5, but was happy with the 4,200, so we accepted that and we brought our third signing in. So we've got a midfielder, a winger and a striker. Still need a keeper by the looks of things, and we didn't get a striker in this window. A keeper in this window, so it's something we're going to have to look out for as time goes on before the window shuts, if we can bring in another keeper. So we had a look over here, and then we decided that was enough for that. We had a look, and then an offer came in for Temple again. It was ongoing. It just looked like it had come, another offer come in, so it weren't ready. So we advanced a few more days, and then we got more offers. So Sharples, Ahmed this time, a 1-year loan to Accrington. So that got accepted because we thought, go out, get the experience, and come back hopefully a better player. Temple was still ongoing. There was a message there from S1E1, but we advanced a day or two. We had a look, and there was another offer coming for Sharples Ahmed. This time was a loan to buy. That was obviously Temple still ongoing, so we delegated it to the assistant manager to bring it into a loan rather than a loan to buy for 1 year, and left it with them. And then we went down and we spoke to S1E1 this time. He just wanted to say that he's really liking it here, and whenever he's ready, him and his agent are willing to sit down and discuss new terms over a new contract. So it's nice to know where he's at, and we'll see obviously how he goes on. We won't be jumping straight into offering him a new contract. We'll have to see obviously how things go. So the terms we agreed for Temple for a 1-year loan rather than the loan to buy, so we accepted that. And obviously the other negotiations, Sharples and Ahmed, are still ongoing. They're looking like they wanted a 2-year loan. We advanced, and here he is now. So I think this is Sharples Ahmed. It is Sharples Ahmed, and he's agreed to go out on loan to Accrington. He didn't want to have the other offer even thought about, really. He didn't really want that finalised. He was happy, Sharples Ahmed, to just go out to Accrington, play his football, and still be local and just have himself, see what he comes back with. So all in all, it was pretty decent. You got him out. We couldn't give him the football for the rating he was at, so he's gone. Obviously we can recall him if we need to for a fee, but he probably won't be happening. That probably leaving him out. So then we can enter the pre-tournament invitation. So I had a look over these. Now normally we're not looking at playing these. These are just obviously friendlies. In the beginning, you get 3 of them. So look at the prize money. You go for the higher. When you're simming them, you're never going to win them. So we went for the lower one in the end. And so if we're simming them, we just had the best chance really of simming them and being able to walk away with something. So we advanced a few days. Obviously our first game's coming up of the season. Before that, though, Temple does manage to leave, and he goes out on loan on a 1-year loan. So that's 2 youngsters out on loan, which we'll see how they progress as it goes on. We'll keep an eye on them, see if the ratings going up whilst they're on loan, which hopefully they will. But Lewis Temple goes off 12 months, get some valuable experience, and we'll see. But as you can see there, tall, is by far a better player in that position, along with the others who are all similar to Toll in the overall. So he's loaned out, and we'll see what he comes back as. And there's the board just confirming he's gone out on loan. So I look at the history, go back on here, and we have a look. And I did have a look back at this lad who we tried to sign, but it's clear to see that he has already signed the other contracts. We obviously annoyed him, and they've offered him a better contract. We did try and go for a loan, but they said they were interested in loaning him out, and said to try and purchase him or look for another loan target. So we did try and go for the buy, but obviously they've just bought him. They don't want him to go out. Why would they? So he's not an option. So we got rid of some of the players who we thought we wouldn't be having. And again, a Conqueror on there for the keeper. Still young, he's 70 rated overall. Going to be a good young keeper. Bonham's obviously 65 rated, and he's on the older end, so we do need to look to try and replace him sooner rather than later. And then we'll had a look at the team, and the new signings weren't in the team yet, so we put them into the team. Obviously we had a look, and through the friendly games there seems to be more spaces on the substitutes bench. So we had a look at bringing Johnston in along with Taylor, McAtee and Kenny. Obviously on the bench, moving it around, just a bit of ease really, more than anything. Brought on the new winger who we just signed, Bolton, 70 rated overall, so he's a better wing. He's the best winger. Obviously Brune's 57, and I think he's 23, so we're looking at just getting rid of him. We don't think he's going to be hitting the heights that we need. And then Vitalis, it's a toss up between these two, but Simmons was the one we replaced. He's obviously -2, and he's a +1, so he can go onto the bench. And we didn't bring the other striker on. Obviously he's not as good as Kenny or McAtee. He'll probably be looking at getting loaned out, but we've not done it yet. But we'll probably look to loan him out for the season. But we have got some loans in striker, so Kenny, Burstro and Force are all loaned in. They all play the striker position, and they'll obviously be going at the end of the season. So he's more the one for the future than he is to be jumping into the team now and sort of running away with it. We did get a transfer offer for Ossia 2-2. Obviously, we've rejected the offer. We've not got many right backs. We've got Christie and we've got him, and he can also play on the wing if needed. So we'll see how he goes, really. And then here's the first game of the friendlies, of this friendly competition. So here's the team. So you can see how they're lining up. 5 at the back, 3 in midfield, 2 up front. There's no wingers. They're going to play the wing backs. The pre-match training, we had a look at that, but we didn't do it. You know, it's one of those things that we probably won't be doing throughout this series. And then we had a look at the set up your tactics. We had a look at that, and this was how we're going to be going up really. So it's the 4-2-4. We've got the right back, we sent 2 centre backs, left back, 2 in the midfield, the 2 wingers and the 2 strikers. So we'll see how they get on. Like I said, we're not playing the games. It's just something we're going to be simming through, getting them some match fitness. I'd already done all the development plans for the team before recording the episode. Obviously, we've signed some more players, so we had a look down, and we just picked the training that was more relevant, I think, for them as they go on. So he's already box to box, so we got a plus for that, so we picked that for him. We go further down, and Velleton, he's not got inside forward, but he has got the winger or the wide playmaker maybe, I think. But we want the inside forward. The others are all inside forward. It's 19 weeks. It's not too bad. And then the new lad, he's 8 weeks away, and he's already going to be an advanced forward. He's already got it. Got some good stats looking there, really, in terms of his attacking abilities. Passing, maybe not, but we can get that up to a plus. We can have a look. They're all 8 weeks, so it's not too bad. And then we jumped into the first game and the first friendly. So that was the team that was going to go out, and we did a quick sim for it. And the first result, unfortunately, was a loss. So Christie got yellow carded, and they've scored in the 10th minute and the 71st minute. Obviously had more possession and things, so we didn't hit the ground running like we wanted to, but it's only a friendly, and it was good to see the lads give them a run out. And then the next game's up, so we got Malaga. So we had a look at the way they play. So they're playing the 4-1-2-3. Got a central defensive midfielder there. Just sort about the defence, but can also go in and out with the midfield. Before we played the game, though, we had a scout report that had come from China. One of the scouts was already in China. I didn't send them there, so we had a look around. So we have a little look through here. As you can see, the potential of some of them are all. They've got some, a range of potential really. But we had a little look through the list. I think we added some to the list to sort of scout further and add to the short list and see if there was anything. We added him to the short list. 71 to 85 potential. He's 20 years old. So we scouted him, and he went onto the short list. We kept obviously looking through here to see what we could have. 19, 60 to, it's a bit of a wide range, so it was more just to have a feel around, but they're already there. They've already sort of scouted them, or started to scout them. So we finished off going through the list. And we added the ones that we wanted. And later on in the episode, you will see we did get some results back for these. Whilst we're just going through this, this is a new season. This is a new thing, a new venture that we'll be doing. We'll be taking on Bolton, because I'm a Bolton fan, so we're starting off with these. Probably do a few seasons with them, see if we can get them up to the Premier League and how far we can get with them. And then we'll be looking at starting with a different team and moving forward really from there. So anyone who's got anybody who's got any preferences over teams they want to see do career modes with, and any sort of suggestions, they can do so. Love to hear people's views and people's thoughts on it. So we went through the list and we added them too. We had an inbox there, and that was the scouting assignment. So that's where they are. So we've got a scout in England, a scout in China. When we had a look at Fleming, though, I don't know where he is, but he seems to have. He was scouting these. He was scouting the ones that we wanted further scouting. So we left him there, and then we went into the second game of the friendly. Went with the same team, did a quick sim, and this time we got a 2-0 win. It was Force who scored in the 82nd minute, Burstro scored in the 57th minute, so two strikers getting a goal each. It was, all seemed to happen in the second half, nothing happened in the first half. You've had a look there, good ratings, keeper had a good rating, Burstro, Force, Blackett, Taylor, all were good ratings, average ratings for the rest, but a lot better than the other team, who are very below par after the 2-0 loss. So we moved on from that. It was good to get a win under the belt. At least we know we're going in one of the games. So we've got Udinese next, and they're top. Well, they've won both their games. So we jumped into this, I think we had a look at the opponent analysis. So you can see, again, they're playing the 5-3-2. We've already lost to this once from the simming. And then we got another scout report from England. So we had a look at this because it came through. And we did add some players to this. These were some players from the leagues, from the same league we're in, and I think maybe the league below and the league above. It seemed to be just the FL. There was no Premier League players I didn't see in here. So we had a look, and we're looking at the potential and the ages, because obviously if they're older, the potential might be higher, but it's not gonna grow, I don't think, massively. So we had a look at some of them, and at the bottom here, obviously the Okonkwo and Pears we've already scouted, so the report's complete. So Okonkwo potentially 74 to 80, but he's 70 or 80 overall, so he'd be a good signing. He's 69 overall and he goes 69.73, so obviously Okonkwo's going to be favoured at 23. Come in and he can do something. And then we had a look a little bit more through the positions. So Okonkwo is obviously someone we might try and get. Obviously, if he comes towards the end of the transfer window and he's not interested, we're going to have to look elsewhere. But sometimes if you hold out, they do come and they do want to. They will hear you out. So we'll see if that happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But if it does, hopefully it will, and we'll be able to do that. So we had a look through the defenders, and there's some alright choices, to be fair, of players that will grow. And the reason we want people that will grow is if we're stepping up, we want to be able to have them step up with us as we progress. We don't point buying a good League One player, going to Championship, and then we're going back down or we're replacing him. So scout this lad, and then we had a look again if there's anyone else worth scouting. So we kept having a look up. I think there was a left back and a right back actually that we went on to scout from next, and I think that was more. But I know we've only got one. We've got two right backs, in Christie and Ossie 2-2, but that's it. Left back's a bit of an issue because we've only got Conway, and then we've got Johnston, but Johnston's more for me a centre back than he is a left back. So those are also positions we're going to have to look to improve. I think centre back wise we've got enough. I think we've got enough wingers now. We've already, we've already added to the. So he's a left back, centre back. He's on loan at Sheffield United, so we've had a look at him. Whether or not we can get him, I don't know, but we'll have a see. And then Finn back as well. We had a look at him. He's right back, but we'll definitely need to be looking at left backs. If we don't get a right back in or a keeper in, I think a left back may be the more pressing of the positions. And again, another left back there. So we'll see. And then we got this scout report back. So these are the people we scouted before. So 71, 75 potential at 20 years old. But he's 71 now, so he's not going to grow much. Again, he's not growing back that much. 68. 19, he's 58, he can grow a bit, but he's not going to play straight away. So none of these really are great potentials like they said they were going to have. So we probably won't be signing any of these, probably all be going now. But we've had a little look over them, scouted them further. And then we jumped into the game with Udinese, so we simmed the game. And it was a 2-1 loss. So Bayo scored in the 71st minute. This lad, I can't say his name, he scored in the 40th minute. Conway scored in the 2nd minute. So we actually went 1-0 up early on, and we just couldn't hang on. Obviously before half time, they equalised in the second half, went on to get the winner. And when you look at the scores, the ratings, the players, we weren't the best. So it's all over now in terms of the board. Have come to us, said it's over, we've not won it, but it's been unfortunate, but it doesn't matter. We're going into the season. The first game of the season is going to be it's going to be a derby, Bolton versus Stockport, so hopefully we can get a big win out of them. and start the season off brightly. There was some scout reports, so we did go on to the scout report and we had a look. I think, yeah, we did. And again, already seen him. His potential was not the best. The potential was not the best when you're scouting him a little bit further. But the reports are complete, so we didn't do anything with them. And then we went back. And then we advanced towards the first day of the League One season. We did get an offer though just before the game. And we got it for Josh Sheehan. Now we did bring a player in who's rated higher than Sheehan, younger than Sheehan, going to have a better potential. So we have a look here. Again, some of these who we were looking at, again, the potentials aren't the best. So we'll have a look into that in the next episode. For a left back, right back, I might have a look, see if I can pick anyone out, and then bring some options forward to see who we can get. But we looked at Sheehan, again, 30 years old, probably going to start deteriorating. £910,000 is a lot of money, but we negotiated it. We sat down with the manager and we said, you know, we're willing to listen to it. His market value is 875, so we decided we were going to go up to the £1 million mark, see if we can get the mill. And then we put it to him, said to him, up it to the mill, round it up, nice and even, and you can have him. So they're happy to do that. They met the mill, and he's now in talks with them. We then advanced, so on to the match day, and this is what we're playing next time in the next episode. So not playing it now. We're going to be got ourselves some good players in. These are the fixtures for the first month. So we've got Stockport, Plymouth, Barnsley, Reading, got Lincoln, and then we got Blackpool. So we've got 2 derbies, one to start and one to end. So that's the end of the episode there. Next time we'll be playing some games. We'll be playing Stockport. Carl Dempsey said he wanted to play. We'll think about it. We'll see. But we'll be playing those games next time, guys. No, we're playing it now. So if you enjoyed the episode, I'd really appreciate a like. If you want to hit the subscribe button as well, so you don't miss an episode, and the little notifications button, so you'll know when the next episode's out. Probably out after the weekend. I've not got any free time this week to do it, but you know, it's been really good. Really enjoyed doing it, and we'll see from next week if we can make it. So yeah, I am also streaming on Twitch. There are some links on the YouTube page, so give them a check out, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.